Welcome back to Really Haunted Places. Tonight's top 7 ghost stories will take you to haunted places in Missouri. The Knights of Pythias, an American fraternal organization and secret society, built this castle in 1913. Originally named Pythian Home of Missouri, it was first used as an orphanage and retirement home for children and widows of members of the organization. Legend says that children staying at the castle were forced to crawl through a steam tunnel in order to deliver laundry to a connecting building. The castle was commandeered by the U.S. government during World War II and used as a recovery home for wounded soldiers. The soldiers staying there during this time often reported hearing screams and seeing the ghosts of children. One veteran reportedly heard a conversation taking place on the second floor, even though no one was there. In recent years, the Pythian Castle was purchased by a private owner and has been opened up for tours. It has also been featured in TV shows such as Ghost Lab, Haunted Collector, and in the documentary Children of the Grave. This tunnel, once a railroad bridge, has been mostly taken back by nature, moss, and graffiti, and many believe it is haunted by ghostly figures. Long before, when the railroad was still there, a train struck a man walking along the tracks, causing him to fall to his death. Another man was said to have been lynched in a tree near the entrance. The third story involves a man who at one time had made his home in the tunnel, who had been found dead with a look of fear still on his face. Besides the ghosts of these 3 men, or perhaps because of the negative energy drawn to the site by these events, a group of devil worshippers have been attracted to this location and perform rituals there. Located just outside St. Louis, Missouri, Zombie Road was officially known as Lawlerford Road, but it has been known as Zombie Road since the 1950s. Many chilling tales are associated with the road, including one about the so-called zombie killer. He is supposed to have been a creepy loner who lived in a shack in the woods and would attack young lovers who came to the spot for some alone time. It is not known if there is any truth to this particular legend. Other chilling tales about Zombie Road include ghost sightings, vanishings, and strange noises. One of the creepiest is the story of Della Hamilton McCullough, the wife of a local judge who died in 1876 when she was hit by a train. She is now said to haunt Zombie Road. However, what Zombie Road is most famous for is the shadow people. Several photographs were captured by credible witnesses, which show large numbers of shadow people standing in the woods by the side of Zombie Road. These are believed to be the souls of Native American orphans who were tortured while at a nearby orphanage in 1913. Built in 1880, Ravenswood was the grand home of wealthy couple Nadine and Charles Leonard. The home hosted many parties and was the place to be. Nadine died in a bedroom at age 90 and her body was taken out of the home for funeral preparation. A servant, attempting to retrieve clothing for the burial, found the bedroom door locked from the inside. They looked in the room by climbing a ladder and looking in the window. No one was there. They tried to get the door open to no avail. Finally, a servant left to get tools to force the door open. Upon his return, the door was open. Over the years, reports of other phenomenon have occurred, including objects being thrown, a music box playing, and sounds of music and laughter coming from the grounds. Thespian Hall in Boonville holds the distinction of being the oldest operating theatre west of the Appalachians. It was built in 1857 and has served as a theatre, a dance hall, a library, a movie theatre, a stable, a skating rink, a church, and even a Civil War hospital. It is no wonder the building is said to be haunted. The spirit connected with Thespian Hall has been affectionately dubbed Mrs. X. She has been captured in photographs in the theatre and has been described as having grey hair, a white-collared blouse, and a dark skirt. She carries a pocketbook, and her face is usually blurred. The first known photograph was taken by an opera singer's family who had been performing that night. They were able to identify the lady in the picture as their grandmother, who had recently passed and who loved the opera. Since then, she has been spotted frequently sitting in the audience during rehearsals. Mrs. X is not alone in Thespian Hall. Other strange incidents include unexplained ragtime music playing and moving wig stands, which will turn themselves to face the mirrors when nobody is in the room. Built around 1920 and now a part of the University of Missouri Kansas City, this house, originally owned by Uriah Epperson, has a long history of hauntings. The resident ghosts are those of Uriah's adopted daughter and Uriah himself. The daughter died in the home while the organ was being constructed in the house. She appears in an evening gown accompanied by organ music late at night. In addition, a man's arm in a blue suit has been seen turning off a light. The Epperson House was featured on TV's Unsolved Mysteries as one of the top 5 U.S. haunted houses. The governor's mansion has been home to Missouri governors since 1872, with Thomas Crittenden and his family among the first to live there. His beloved daughter Caroline was born there in 1873 but sadly died aged 10 after contracting diphtheria. Governor Crittenden never really was the same after her death. If we fast forward around a century, that is when the first paranormal reports started to come in. A restoration project was underway at the mansion, and one workman was up in the attic. He came downstairs and asked the housekeeper who the little girl was playing up there while he worked. The housekeeper said that nobody was in the house but him. Upon realizing that his companion was a ghost, he refused to return to the mansion. I want to thank you for watching. And until then, good night.